What is going on, everybody? It's your observant lineman, Uche Waneri. Hope everybody's had a wonderful, wonderful Martin Luther King Jr. Monday. Happy MLK Day, everybody out there. NFL playoffs. NFL playoffs happened this past weekend, and I tell you what, it was definitely a interesting and quite exciting time for football. We got a number of different scenarios that played out. Some surprises, obviously. Kansas City and Cleveland. We had a huge surprise. Wasn't a good one. We had Patrick Mahomes going out mid-game, a little bit before the half, I believe. Or was it maybe a little way into the third quarter? I'm sorry. But Patrick Mahomes went out. That's the big story. One of the big stories coming out of Sunday's games. Other game, obviously, we had Bucks and Saints. Looks like we have seen the last game from Saints quarterback Drew Brees. Those guys had the Saints had a bit of a stinker in their game. Drew Brees threw multiple picks. I did a video on him earlier today, kind of showing some love, showing a little bit of respect to Drew Brees, to number 9, the undersized, understrength quarterback who went on to be one of the greatest in NFL history. So definitely showing some love and respect to the Boilermaker, the Purdue Boilermaker. Drew Brees is, obviously he lost some of the arm strength. I think we all can agree to that. His arm strength ain't there. It wasn't there. It hasn't been there for probably 2 to 3 seasons. 2 seasons. I won't jump on him that hard. But definitely, I personally feel like he was a year late in retiring. I felt like he should have retired last season. They should have definitely taken a look at Taysom Hill and had a look at, and obviously now they have Jameis Winston. I think Jameis Winston will have a chance, and we know that Jameis Winston can play. We just don't know if he can keep from throwing interceptions. I mean, last night, obviously he threw a big throw. That was his only throw of the game, but it was the best play of the game for the Saints, and it was the biggest, I think it was the longest play from scrimmage for the Saints for the entire season. 63-yard touchdown bomb off the Wildcat play action, and definitely looks like he could be their answer at QB. I would say from a purely skill standpoint, I think he can be. I would say from a purely from the prototypes, from the prototypical standpoint, I would say yes, Jameis Winston can be that guy. But I would also say that he's shown us, that there is a other side to that coin, that he does have some inconsistencies. I mean, 30 for 30, that's kind of a moniker that's stuck with him. 30 touchdowns, 30 picks. I mean, if it's a kill-death ratio, yeah, you're even. But it's not saying that much in football. I think that he has a chance. We'll see what happens. The Bucks showed some resilience. Honestly, if you really break this game down, and while I'm looking up stuff here, I'm going to talk about this. Well, if you really break this game down, the Saints had probably 3 opportunities to put the Bucks away, and they didn't do it. And, for me, when I look at that, and when I see a situation like that, you look at what was holding them back. One of the things that was holding them back was Drew Brees. I think that's something that people got to come to grips with. I know he's going to be showered with praise for being Drew Brees. There's nothing wrong with that. He's had many accomplishments, many regular season accomplishments. But his playoff record leaves much to be desired, because in the playoffs in particular, I think the style of game that Drew Brees has been accustomed to playing over the last 4 or 5 years, it's just not, it doesn't really threaten a defense. You're not threatening a defense that badly when they know you're not going 40, 50, 60 yards down the field with a pass. When they know you don't have a receiver that you're going to be giving deep routes to all game long. It just doesn't work like that. If you're in the playoffs, you got to be able to run the ball. You got to be able to play defense. You got to be able to, and when you need to you need your stars to play big. So you need to be able to make big plays. Part of making big plays is having explosives, like getting the ball down the field, throwing the ball down the field. Those are the things. Those are the X factors, if you will, in winning football games. That's really what it boils down to. So, with all that being said, if you just look at his playoff career, when we're talking about Drew Brees, if you look at his playoff career, and I don't necessarily know what his playoff record is. Let me pull that up. I think he's 9-9. 9-9. Obviously, Tom Brady's playoff record comparatively is, well, what the hell? Tom Brady's playoff record, he has, let me see, 32 out of 43. So Tom Brady is 32-11. I mean, damn. You got 32 playoff wins. It's a lot of Super Bowls. A lot of Super Bowls. But I think that there's a lot that you can compare there between Tom Brady and Drew Brees, and you just see that while Brees has he's got a trophy, which matters a lot. I mean, if he didn't have a trophy, he'd be looking like Dan Marino right now. If he didn't have a trophy, he really would be looking like Dan Marino, and he has a trophy. So that's like, as long as you got that, they can talk about all the negatives all they want, but you still got the trophy. You still got the trophy. So, they got to respect that. That's huge for Drew Brees. But I think, their future is going to lie first with Jameis Winston. Now for the Bucs, they're going into Green Bay, going to the frozen tundra. Ooh. I mean, I've played in Lambeau Field a few times. Luckily, it wasn't cold when I was playing. But that's got to be one of the hard. Well, it won't be this year, but traditionally, playing in Lambeau Field in the playoffs is probably the hardest place to play in the NFL, bar none. I mean, that's what I would think. I think that Green Bay may have lost one game in total. I think that's the record. 1 or maybe 2 games in the history of Lambeau Field, at Lambeau Field in the playoffs. I think they've lost like 2 games. So I think that just speaks to how incredibly difficult that win can be for any team. For any team that's trying to get to the Super Bowl. And just like in my tier maker stream, they're one of the teams. You got to go through them if you want to make it to the next level. And we'll get to that tier maker tomorrow or Wednesday. I'm sorry, going into later into the playoff week. But the Bucs, I mean, between them and Green Bay, I got to go with Green Bay. My heart, my soul doesn't give a damn about Tom Brady. I can't support it. Can't support him. And I grew up a Bucks fan. It hurts me to even say anything bad towards the Bucks. So I can't really talk about them. But it's Tom Brady, damn it. How does he keep getting into these dang championship games? Shit. Can we get a minute here, old Tommy? Jesus. So I'm going for, obviously I'm going for Green Bay. I got old teammates on Green Bay and Mercedes Lewis. So big shout out to Mercedes Lewis. I am definitely going to be rooting for you, fam. But yeah, I'm so tired. So tired of seeing Tom Brady in the playoffs. Retire, old man. Retire. Get the heck out of here. Oh, man. Aaron Rodgers is playing. I mean, he's playing out of his mind. Aaron Rodgers makes. I don't think I've seen Aaron Rodgers through the course of any season thus far where he literally makes some of these throws look like. I mean, it looks so beautiful. Like it looks like he's not even trying to throw the ball. He just touchdown. I'm like, whoa, he just put that on a rope. It's going to be a good game. But I think, this is what home field advantage truly means in the NFL. This is probably going to be the biggest personification of home field advantage in the NFL with this game, I think, personally. Just because, I mean, you've got all-time greats. I mean, you can make arguments for, either one of these guys to give the advantage, but I don't think it gets any better than this as far as the playoff atmosphere is going to be, as far as, the level of competition for both of these teams, how they're playing. So the NFC side should be nice to see. Now, on the other side of that, you got Buffalo. Buffalo coming into Kansas City. Kansas City. Ooh. Kansas City is sitting on needles right now. Sitting on pins and needles in OKC. Because is Patrick Mahomes going to play? Patrick Mahomes, for those of you who have been living under a rock, let me pull him up here. Oh, hey. For those of you who've been living under a rock, got his dome rocked yesterday against Cleveland. I don't think it was like, I don't think it was an intentional hit per se. I mean, it wasn't an intentional, like, let's slam this dude and hurt him. But he got concussed. Or so it's either they're calling it a concussion or they're saying, I read another report saying that it was actually, that it was actually a pinched nerve in his neck. Where is this thing? What are they, scrubbing the internet? Where is it? They're not showing the whole. Okay, here we go. Okay, and that's moving too fast. What's going on with what are they doing? It looks like they're scrubbing everything. Can't find the video nowhere now. 1 second. This shit crazy. Oh man. Okay, here we go. All right, I'll share this with the crew. Oh man, what is this? A news thing? No, that's not what I want to show you guys. Oh my gosh. It looks like they have scrubbed the internet of this damn video. Unless this is it right here. Okay, here we go. This is it. Jeez. Super chat from formerly Rod Line 299 over here. I see you formerly Rod. Says in retrospect, San Diego, New Orleans, Brees trade. How bad was it? I mean, for who? For who? I think that both teams won in that. I think both teams won. Brees went to New Orleans and, won a Super Bowl there. Now, San Diego on the other end, San Diego had plenty of opportunities to win Super Bowls. San Diego, and I'll never forget this because it was me and Maurice Jones-Drew. We were in Vegas together after the season. We were watching the AFC Championship game. It was the Chargers and who was it? I believe it's on the tip of my tongue. I think it was Chargers. Was it Chargers Jets? Forget who it was. Forget who they were playing against. But we're watching this game. I mean, the Chargers it was 4th and 1. Chargers were on defense. They make the stop. Game's over. Yeah, Patriots. Boom. Chargers, Patriots. How did I not know? Chargers, Patriots. It's 4th and 1. And Antonio Cromartie is literally firing downhill at the snap of the ball. Everything is set up perfectly for Antonio Cromartie to fill the gap and destroy the running back, or at the very least, he was going to stop him from getting the first down. That was it. But the thing is, this is a 6'4" safety coming downhill, and he hesitated and stopped, and he actually moved out of the way in the hole. He showed his cowardice and did not stuff his head in there to make the play to win the game and go to the Super Bowl. And that was the end of who was it? Marty Schottenheimer. That was the end of his career with San Diego. That was it for him. He was done after that. They fired him. But San Diego had plenty of opportunities to get to the next level, to get into the Super Bowl. They had, I mean, how many 13-win seasons did they have in a row where they started the season 0-3 and then didn't lose again? Phillip Rivers had chance. Phillip Rivers, and in some of those games, he played his ass off. Some of those games, he didn't. It wasn't the cleanest games for him all the time. But that was he was on many highly talented teams, and they made plenty of runs in the playoffs. So I don't think that either team lost on that. I guess ultimately, if you want to talk about the Super Bowl, if you want to talk about, trophies, yes, the Saints did get the better end of that. They did get the better end of that. But I think for total value, if you're looking at it and just kind of seeing each and every season, these teams both played well every year almost. I mean, they both had very good seasons every year. So there's definitely it was definitely, I don't think either team would have regretted it, because I don't know if Drew Brees probably, I don't know that he would have gotten the San Diego Chargers to a Super Bowl. I don't think that would have, I don't see that happening. I didn't see that happening. A lot of things came together for Drew Brees to get a Super Bowl in New Orleans. A lot of things came together just in time and just on schedule for him to get into a Super Bowl and to win it. But 2021, I think I'm honestly thinking that we've seen some of Taysom Hill. I think he's a utility man, and that's how it stays. I think Jameis Winston is going to be the guy moving forward. I think that's probably going to be consensus thing from Sean Payton. Now, how long does Sean Payton have left in New Orleans? I mean, this is 3 years in a row they've been bounced out at home. And this was the worst. The last 2 years, they had an argument about being cheated. They had an argument about, they had a situation where Stephon Diggs that was in Minnesota, but they've had multiple situations where they lost games at the end of the game in the playoffs. And this one wasn't even close. They got their ass beat. And they really shouldn't have. They had the opportunity to seize the game multiple times, and they couldn't get it done. So I don't really know what else you want. But Sean Payton, I think that Sean Payton he's got probably one more season before they start asking questions about him. So they're going to want to see how well he can manage this team moving forward without Drew Brees. That will show a lot about him as a coach, so we'll see. But let's get back to this Patrick Mahomes situation here. So Patrick Mahomes, for those of y'all who don't know, this is the play where he got his shit rocked. Oh, no. Let me pull it up here. All right. All right, so this is a play where he gets rocked, gets slammed. Now when they show the replay, it looked like he might have gotten a pinched nerve. And it didn't look like his head really hit hard, but who knows, right? And right there, once you see legs start going jello and going spaghetti on you, yeah, you're done for the game. You're done for the game. I had a concussion. I had gotten a concussion. This was my fifth year. Fifth year? Yeah, fifth year in the league. I got a concussion, and I didn't get knocked out, but I had like my vision went all hazy, and I couldn't feel like my extremities for a while. And I actually played another play before the team doctors, grabbed me on the sideline, and I didn't. Somebody's probably heard this story. I've told this one a few times, but I got hit by an out of control defensive lineman who was just falling because he had no balance whatsoever at the snap of the ball, running a trap play. Got caught under my chin, literally right up when his helmet. It was the Patriots too. Go figure. His helmet went right under my helmet and just tapped my chin and just spun my head sideways. Gave me that, got that whip. And then instantly, it was just white, and then it came back to color, and I couldn't feel my feet on the ground. So I I was kind of glassy. I was definitely glassy-eyed. Everybody in the huddle noticed that the next play, because they were like, "You all right?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm good." With my eyes just bugged open. They called the play, and I don't even know. They called the play. It's a regular play, regular pass protection, and I had no idea what to do on the play. I kept asking Brad Meester, our center, "Brad, what's the play?" And he was just looking at me like, "Are you fucking serious?" And we're at the line of scrimmage at the time too, so he's just looking at me like, "Are you fucking serious? Just block this guy with me." I'm like, "Okay." After that, team doctors were waving for me to get off the field, and so I jogged off. We were jogging off. I think it was a third down. So, that was that. But, it's weird when it happens, because you kind of are trying to think of things, but you can't really think of anything. You're just kind of blank, and you're just kind of clueless for a moment. I was totally clueless to anything around me when I was playing. And no, it was Kyle Love. I don't know. It's funny because the cat who gave me the concussion was my teammate the next season. Yeah, he was my teammate this next season. Kyle Love. He was a defensive tackle for the Patriots. That was 2012. So that would have been my sixth year. Yeah, 2012. And he was just out of control. I mean, on film he was out of control. I was just like, oh my God, he's just like a bull in a china shop. He just runs around not using his hands, just leading with his head, and that's what he hit me right in my shit. So that was that. Mahomes, they're saying it's a pinched nerve. So On the replay, when you look at the close up replay, his head gets. It seemed like his helmet actually hits his hand. He actually hits the top of his hand with his helmet as he's going down, but his neck turned. His head turned sideways, and the defender had like his arm, wrapped around his neck at the same time. So I could see how there could potentially be a pinched nerve there, because Lord knows you don't want to call that a concussion. You don't want to officially call that a concussion. Hold up. 4 months in 2013? Okay, no, it was the other one. It was the other defensive tackle we had. Kyle Love. Yeah, Kyle Love was a short, beefy one. He had like gold teeth. No, it wasn't him. It was, wait. No, it wasn't Kyle Love. You're right. Jason Gaines. It was, who was the defensive tackle for one of the DTs for the Patriots in 2012? Yeah, 2012. I forget his name. It wasn't Wilfork, though. It wasn't Wilfork. Seymour was in, I think Seymour was in Oakland. Was he in Oakland at the time? Yeah, Rich Seymour was in Oakland. But, yeah, these Chiefs are going to definitely need that boy back on the field. But in his absence, my man, Chad Henne. Let me show y'all about this boy Chad now. Chad Henne. Man, playmaker galore. Go get him, Chad. Go get him. That was my teammate in Jacksonville for 2 years. Go get him, Chad. Go get him. Look, the moment of his career. The moment of his career. Oh, my goodness. Look at these fans. It's like, oh, my God, Chad. Chad, thank you. Oh. I mean, it cannot be overstated how clutch this play was. Nobody in the NFL expected this. Nobody in the world expected that. Nobody in the world expected Chad Henne. And trust me, as his former teammate, I can tell you, he is not trying to run like that. He is not that. He's not a runner, but he can run. And, I applaud Chad, because what he did was he tried to emulate Patrick Mahomes' style. He just stayed within the confines of the offense and operated it as if he was Patrick Mahomes. And the great thing about it is that nobody on Cleveland would have nobody was even considering that. They're like, nah. With Patrick Mahomes, you might have a linebacker stay in the box to spy on Patrick Mahomes in case he runs. But in this case, I mean, you can look at Cleveland's defense. These guys are all in coverage positions. Nobody's even worried about Chad Henne running the ball. And the Big Ten Michigan quarterback gets it done for these boys. Gets it done for Kansas City. And that's real. He got it done. 4th and inches, I'll tell you what, there is not a single head coach in the NFL who has the balls that are the size of Andy Reid's. Andy Reid's balls are ginormous. I mean, and honestly, what they did on the last play, what they did on the 4th down, that was a run play, basically. That was essentially a run play. They just threw it. I mean, if you watched, Tyreek Hill ran like he did a jab move to the inside and just ran down the line. Caught the ball at the line of scrimmage, basically, and just turned around and ran past the first down marker. That's hard to defend, because that is essentially just a run play. That's what they did. And that's really hard to defend. I don't fault necessarily Cleveland for giving that up, because there was no way they were stopping that. There was no way they were going to stop that. That's just straight up. That's just straight up. They were not about to stop that from being converted. Now, they played the game pretty well before the snap, because they broke the huddle with well over 20 seconds left in the huddle, or at the line of scrimmage on the play clock. Well over 20 seconds left. And Chad Henne, he acted it out. He acted like he acted nonchalant. The entire offense just sat there and just waited. And I'm sure that had Cleveland a little bit befuddled. And I'm sure they were thinking to themselves, oh, they're not running a play. They're not running a play. Doubt they're going to run a play. And, when it was getting down to, 7-6, and I see the motion, I'm like, oh, are they going to run the play? They run the play, which I was pleasantly surprised, as everyone was about that. But they ran the play, and they knew what they were running. And I think in that play, if you look at that play and you look at how everything ran, man, Chad Henne did it perfectly. He looked just like Mahomes looks when he ran the play. He just rolled out a little bit, whoosh, dump it, and go. That's what Mahomes does every week and gets MVP awards for. Not saying that, let's not get it twisted, he is special, but Andy Reid, big shout out to him for making it, for having the confidence in your backup quarterback, the same amount of confidence in your backup as you have in your starter. That's huge, because the dude did throw a pretty egregious interception that, I was about 2 clicks away from posting something bad about that on Twitter, but I thought better of it, and I said, you know what? I believe in Chad Henne. Well, I actually posted that a few minutes. It was after he threw that first pass to Tyreek Hill, the little over-the-top pass. After he threw that, that's when I put that tweet out, said, I believe in Chad Henne, because he's my old teammate. I used to block for this cat. I love him. He's a good dude. And like 2 plays later, he throws that pick. And somebody responded to me on Twitter like, that aged well. You know how motherfuckers are being assholes nowadays? That aged well. And I laughed at it, because I'm like, shit, come on, Chad, don't embarrass me here. I'm vouching for you. Don't embarrass me here. And I just, hey, he stuck with it. His coaches kept confidence in him. They didn't change their play calling. They would have run the same plays, I believe, if Mahomes was in there. That's how consistent they were with how they handled, having him in the game. Now I know one person, being Tyreek Hill, was getting a little bit salty because after Mahomes got hurt, and a lot of people are questioning this whole situation here with Tyreek Hill pushing his dang coach. A lot of people are questioning this whole thing just because he looks like he's throwing a temper tantrum. He looks like he's golly. He looks like he's throwing a temper tantrum, and he just literally stands up and pushes his coach. His coach wasn't expecting that. You could tell. You could tell he wasn't expecting it. So what the fuck was he doing? And I noticed that like instantly. I was like, whoa. He just pushed his coach on live TV. This is national television, my friend. National TV, my friend. National TV. But I don't know. Kansas City fans out there, let me know. It seems like Tyreek Hill is getting a little bit, like he's like, he could be the guy who becomes an issue for this franchise moving forward with his attitude. Now, I'm not saying that he doesn't go out there and work his ass off. We all see him out there busting it. But I'm asking, and I guess it'd be hard to know, but that would be a telling sign with him pushing his coach that he could be a potential attitude issue in the locker room, something that, rears its ugly head on the field every now and again. But, in the locker room, he could be an issue. he could be an issue. I mean, that's how Antonio Brown was. Antonio Brown started becoming an issue. Whoa, what? Mr. Slaughter, he beats his kids. Seriously? Oh, let me Google this up. Hold on now. I like a little juicy. I like some juicy gossip. Oh, this is a while back. Okay, let's see it. Let's get into the nitty gritty here. One day after district attorney in Kansas declined to press charges against All-Pro Kansas City Chiefs receiver Tyreek Hill and his fiance related to a child abuse investigation, audio emerged that a local TV station alleges implicates both parties. Oh, shit. Hold on now. Let's zoom in. On Thursday, KCTV5 aired excerpts of an 11-minute audio recording of a conversation between Hill and his fiancée, Crystal Espinal. In the audio, a female is heard confronting a male over the alleged abuse of the pair's 3-year-old son, an incident that allegedly resulted in a broken arm. Damn! USA Today Sports is attempting to verify whether the audio is authentic and who is speaking in the recording. General manager Brett Veach said Hill was barred from team activities for the foreseeable future. Holy crap. We were deeply disturbed by what we heard. We have a deep concern for Crystal and are concerned for Tyreek, but we have a real concern for the child. We're going to continue to gather information and we will make the right decision. KCTV5 said in the story posted to its website, the station was sent a copy of the recording. The station believes is from early March. The station also said it was told the recording was an insurance policy for Espinal and added that it sent how a copy of the recording. Whatever. Oh, how? I guess that must be the person that wrote the article. Throughout the recording, a male voice repeatedly denies physically abusing the male child. I didn't do nothing, the man says. That's sad. That's sad, bro. Then why does he say daddy did it? Why? The woman responds. He says daddy does a lot of things, the man says. God damn, come on, man. A 3-year-old is not going to lie about what happened to his arm. At another point in the recording, she tells him he's terrified of you, speaking of their son, and you say that he respects you, but it's not respect. He respects me. He's terrified of you, she responds. You need to be terrified of me too. Expletive, he tells her. That's why you can't keep expletive man. Howe said Wednesday that his office was deeply troubled and they believe that a crime has occurred, but that the evidence couldn't conclusively establish who committed this crime. While the criminal investigation was closed, the child protection case is ongoing. At another point in the audio, the woman says, you make him open his arms and you punch him in the chest. And then if he gets in trouble, you get the belt out. The man responds, there's more. The man responds that he also uses a belt to discipline the child, a charge she denies. I wrote for you against that detective in Child Protective Services, the woman says. Whoa. In an interview with ESPN just before the NFL draft Thursday night, Commissioner Robert Goodell was asked about the case, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so we've seen enough there. I've read enough. Oh, that doesn't look good. That doesn't look good at all. You can't be over here beating kids. Like, that's some bullshit. I can't support that. So now I don't like them. If these things are true, which the law may have a certain level of evidence or a certain level of certainty that it has to come within to press charges against people who do things like this. But here on my channel, we live in the court of public opinion. And in my court of public opinion, in the Uche Waneri court of public opinion, This motherfucker's a child beater. So, I knew there was something off about his energy. He's throwing tantrums. I knew it. Makes sense now. It makes sense that he would be a motherfucker doing this shit. Beating kids. What kind of dumbass shit is that? Adrian Peterson, too. Hell, I mean, punching a kid in the chest, are you shitting me? Wow. So now I definitely can't ride. I can't be on the Tyreek Hill. I can't be on the Tyreek Hill train. Sorry. So, yeah, fuck you, dude. But Buffalo Bills on the other side of this, man. I mean, the Chiefs had the huge win. They're gonna need to have Pat Mahomes back, obviously. While I do absolutely applaud my man Chad Henne for what he did, and for absolutely having the moment of his career and keeping his poise and getting it done. 4 quarters asking him to make plays like that against this Buffalo defense that gave up 3 points to Baltimore. I love you, brother, but you're not. We're not you shouldn't be asked to do that. Now, if it comes down to it and you got to, I mean, hey, you go out there and start launching that bitch everywhere you can. But best choice for Kansas City is going to be that boy Pat Mahomes, for sure. Man, this is a hard game for me to really come to a conclusion on who I think wins it. I really believe that I have to stick with the choice that I made at the beginning of the playoffs. And that is Bills Mafia is going to the Super Bowl. Kansas City will play a good game, and it will come down to the last drive of the game. I'm almost 100% certain, because both teams are actually playing very well on offense and on defense for the playoffs. I mean, this is not the regular season. These are much tighter. It's a lot more physical, these games are in the playoffs. It's a whole nother level of speed. And it's really it's just a whole nother level of intensity. It's like a level of intensity like, what the hell? That's how it is. That's how it is. But yeah, I got to go with Buffalo. Bills Mafia convinced me back in like week 4 that they were ready for the big time. I did a video on their offensive line. Go check it out. It's on my trench warfare playlist. You look in there, you'll see my breakdown on the Buffalo Bills O-line, the resurgence of the Bill Mafia. So we'll see how that plays out. I'm sticking with them. I'm gonna go with those guys. I think they're gonna get it done. But we'll see. Now, one last story here that I wanted to really get into, and I really am interested to see how this plays out, because I could see a couple of different scenarios that I think really could be good scenarios for every team involved if it comes to this. Deshaun Watson reportedly not returning Texans phone calls amid trade rumors. Now, I'm not 100% sure if there's been any updates in this since, but this is a very, very, I feel like, very sensitive situation in Houston. They could literally, ruin, and I mean, they're close, but they could literally ruin the entire franchise based on the move they make with Deshaun Watson. But let's go through the article real quick. It's not very long, and then I'll give you guys my thoughts. Houston Texans quarterback Deshaun Watson is reportedly not returning the organization's phone calls amid his displeasure with the franchise's direction, according to ESPN. They added Monday on Get Up that there is increasing belief that within league circles that the Texans will be forced to trade Watson, who became disenchanted with the organization over the hiring of Nick Caserio as general manager. Watson hinted that his anger level was a 10 while quoting a song featuring Future, seemingly confirming a previous report from Schefter. The relationship between the Texans and their star quarterback has been the subject of speculation for nearly a year, ever since he expressed frustration with the team trading wideout DeAndre Hopkins. It's no secret that he's disappointed with the lack of communication during the hiring process, owner Cal McNair said. And this is the shit that always gets me with these fucking owners and how they respond to things. And when I say with these owners, I mean it specifically this owner, Cal McNair. You are a fucking idiot. You're an idiot. Why would you make any single move at all for your franchise without at least talking to your best, undisputedly best player who is truth be told in a very vulnerable position? The quarterback is vulnerable right now. His faith at that time, before he made this hiring, was wavering in the franchise. He was vulnerable. He needed to see some kind of act to reaffirm your willingness to do what you got to do to build a better team around him. You know this. If you watched the Houston game this year, you know how bad this fucking team is for him. The team ain't shit. J.J. Watt even giving up on it. J.J. Watt is out. He's 88 and out the gate. Shoot, I think he's a free agent, or he'll be a free agent. I think. I'm not 100% sure on that. Let me know if you know in the comments in the chat. But why would you even make a move without saying something to this cat? It doesn't make any sense to me. It is literally unbelievable to me that as an owner of a team, you've been watching this quarterback get his ass fucking pile driven every week, yet he still somehow was out there playing his ass off with one of the highest QBRs in the NFL. And I mean, even as shitty as your team is, he's damn near he's in the top 5 in all the major quarterback categories. He's in the top 5. How in the actual hell can you go hire somebody and not talk to this guy? You just paid him $155 million because he's that good. This is a franchise that was supposed to be getting ready to go to the Super Bowl. Huh. And, like I said, Deshaun Watson was very vulnerable at the end of this season. And he needed to be reassured that he will be and that's the problem and that's part of the culture of the NFL that's so fucked up too. But he needed to know that he was going to be a part of the decision making moving forward for the people that were going to be in charge of this team. He needed to be a part of that process. He needed to be. Because look at what they did. Look at how they handled him. Look how they handled the team. They allowed Bill O'Brien to do that dumbass bullshit and trade away DeAndre Hopkins, one of the best receivers in the NFL. Look at the boost he's given the Arizona Cardinals. They allowed this guy to trade away a pillar of your franchise. That's part of what holds your entire franchise up was J.J. Watt, DeAndre Hopkins, Deshaun Watson, and company. And I mean, Houston lost so badly on that shit. They lost so unbelievably badly. This is worse than Colts. This is worse than Colts. Andrew Luck had a better situation than these fucking bums do. Shoot, they were still winning the AFC South year in and year out in Indianapolis with Andrew Luck. Shit. What? 10 times better situation with the Colts than what they've got right now with Deshaun Watson. This stupid-ass owner goes and hires a GM without talking to your star player. Now he's like, fuck you, motherfuckers. I want out. And he ain't answering phone calls. You like a fucking girlfriend. It's like a pissed off boyfriend who just ignores his girl's calls for the first 2 hours just to fucking tear at her fucking heart. You know, like, and then the utter like ridiculous lack of awareness that you have in your response. You have no self-awareness whatsoever. It's no secret he's disappointed in the lack of communication during the hiring process. So you know you fucked up when you hired this guy without talking to him. So somebody dangled a shiny fucking toy in front of the owner's face, and he snatched at it without thinking, let me hit my boy up real quick. Let's have a talk about it. Then we come back to you. I like you, but this guy is the guy that's going to be out there on Sundays. Oh, these motherfucking owners are so arrogant. They think they know so much about football, even though they never fucking played it before. They don't even understand team dynamics. They think they get it, but they've always been the boss. The boss always thinks that they got it. Anyways, Watson has a no trade clause in his contract, which would essentially allow him to pick his next destination. Texans reportedly have not to this point resigned themselves to trading Watson and are seemingly hoping their head coach hire can help mend fences. All right. Despite being surrounded by a below average supporting cast, damn, Watson put together an MVP caliber 2020. 4,823 yards, 33 touchdowns, 7 picks. Oh my goodness. I didn't know it was that good. Shit. He did it by himself. He did it all by himself. It was just him. It was just him. And today they're having I think that, and let me pull it up real quick. I am fairly certain that they are having an interview with Eric Bieniemy today, if I'm not mistaken, for Houston. Let me see where I can find that. I saw that in here earlier. Have to dig around. But yes, I do believe that Eric Bieniemy is getting a virtual interview with the Houston Texans. And I think, yeah, that's today. I see you, Bonda. That's today. But you know, it blows my mind. Like people think that I'm hating when I say that I truly believe that when you look at the Jaguar situation, hiring Urban Meyer is the dumbest decision you could have made as an owner. If you're trying to win in the next 2 years, if you're trying to be a competitor in the next 2 years, Urban Meyer is not the guy you're going to want. He's already hired a college offensive coordinator. He's about to hire the fucking Atlanta Falcons defensive coordinator. Have you seen the Atlanta Falcons defense in the NFL in the last 5 years? Neither have I. Don't know where they are. Terrible move. Terrible decision. You're going to hire the defensive coordinator of a defense that hasn't been ranked in the top 25 defenses in the NFL in 5 years. You're going to hire an offensive coordinator who was once in the NFL, sucked in the NFL, sent his ass back down to college, and now you pick him up. People want to talk about, Jack's got young talent. Excuse me? When's the last time you saw young talented teams go 1-15? Have you seen the Jags O-line? Have you seen their secondary? Neither have I. It's beyond me. It's beyond me. If you want to win right now, if you want to win in the next 2 years, get an NFL coach. Because you know what's going to happen? The Jets, they're going to be all right. They're going to be all right. They're going to have some wins because we've seen that we've seen that they can win because they beat teams that they shouldn't have beat. You have to actually build a team to win. And you have to have people who understand how to build a team. You have to know exactly what kind of team you want to build. Urban Meyer has been on nothing but teams that were 5-star factories. You didn't need to do anything. You didn't need to coach. You didn't need to strategize. Throw the ball. We're faster, we're bigger, we're stronger. Till we play Alabama. Faster, bigger, stronger, we win. That's college football. That is not the NFL. You're going to come out here trying to run some fucking spread, wishbone, spread, read option. No. You ain't doing that. Hell, the Chiefs do it once a game, twice a game, but they not putting Mahomes out there like that all the time. You see what happened when they did just yesterday. And he supposedly got heart problems. Well, what you think you're going to have when you're trying to build a team that just came off a 1-15 season? How you think you're going to handle that kind of pressure in the NFL, in a league where you can't talk to these little kids, where you can't talk to these cats like they little kids you talk to in college? These are grown men who make more money than you, who have more influence on the team than you. Well, not in Jacksonville because they traded all of those guys away. They don't have a single player who is truly a star. They don't. I don't say DJ Chark all you want. He's good. He's not a star. He's not a star. Period. And these guys are going to have to buy into you. A lot of these guys, he's going to look at, he doesn't even know what kind of team he wants. He doesn't know what kind of team he wants right now. I believe, Urban Meyer, he doesn't know what kind of team he wants. So how exactly is he going to know whether or not the guys that are on the team are the guys that he really needs to build the team that he ultimately wants to build? Oh, my God. Huh. These owners, Shad Khan thinks that is because he had all this success in college, he is a perfect candidate to have success with the worst team in the NFL. There are head coaches who have made their careers in the NFL. They're offensive coordinators, defensive coordinators, and head coaches alike in the NFL who have built their careers, literally, off of building a team that's bad into a good team in a short amount of time. There are teams who have done that. There are coordinators and head coaches who have done that. They have built their entire resume off turning bad teams and bad offensive or defensive units into good ones. That's because they've been at it for decades, 10 plus, 15 plus, hell, 5 plus, really. You get a good five years as a coordinator, you can be a head coach. if you show the talent. But they know what kind of players that they are going to need for their system. They already know what kind they're going to need. They already know. It's already in the book. It's already in the book. They already have their entire playbook on how they operate and efficiently build their offenses or their teams, whatever. Urban Meyer has none of that. He hasn't been coaching in fucking years. And oh my God. It pisses me off because I want the Jaguars to win. And I'm telling you, I hope that I'm fucking wrong, but I know how this shit is going to play out. Because this is how it plays out when you put people with no experience whatsoever in compromising situations like they have with Urban Meyer. That's just what it is. That is just what it is. And people in Jacksonville are delusional, thinking that this shit is going to take them to the promised land. Come on, man. You think he's going to outcoach Andy Reid? Hell, he ain't going to outcoach Belichick, much less Andy Reid. Damn. Why didn't they didn't even, you know what? And here's another thing. And this is a little bit petty. I'll admit it. Petty Murphy all day. They didn't even interview any other coaches, which is against the NFL rules anyway. They broke the NFL rules. They didn't interview they didn't interview any minority coach. I don't believe. Let me know if I'm wrong in the chat, because I don't believe that they did. Oh my God. They didn't even talk to Eric Bieniemy. They didn't talk to nobody. Shad Khan had his mind made up, and I 100% guarantee you it's because of his little fucking dweeb ass son. I know it. I know it. And now they want, come on, man. Raheem Morris. Raheem Morris is the guy you want calling your defenses? Urban Meyer? Are you serious? Shit. You have not been watching the Atlanta Falcons this year, have you? What? You know what? It's because this is partially what I think it is. Shad Khan has an infatuation with, or the Khan collective, I would say, has an infatuation with all things that come out of the personnel department of Atlanta. And that's because that's where they got Dave Caldwell. Dave Caldwell got him some good draft picks, no doubt, some good players, no doubt, that they ended up all getting traded away. Because that's the smart thing to do when you got 1 year left on your contract. Cut the team of everything they got for the sake of cap money. Okay, well, you need a little bit more than just cap space to build a good team, because you got to have timing and having the right players that are going to be in the market, and on top of them wanting to even come play for you. I would never, I'll tell you this right now, and I guarantee you 90% of all players in the NFL probably would agree with me on this. If I was going into free agency and the Jaguars had the most money to spend, I would still find myself hard-pressed to want to go play at a team who has a first-year head coach who was coming fresh out of college. They went 1-15 the year before. They cut the majority of all players who were part of their core build before they even played in their previous season, there would be no real incentive for me to even want to go to Jacksonville. There would be no real incentive at all whatsoever. The money is not going to be enough for me to accept to potentially be a loser for the next 3, 4, 5 years. No, I can't do that. There's no reason. I'm not attracted to come to a team that has a college coach running it, and they sucked the year before, and they got the first overall pick. What pieces are in place that I can come in and we're going to be in the playoffs next year? None. None. We'll be at the end of my contract before we're competing, if we're competing at all. Oh my gosh. Smash that damn like button if you haven't done so yet. Pisses me off. Jets made a good decision getting Salah. Who stay out of Jacksonville? Who you talking to me? Who is that? Andrew Wilson? No, you're not talking to me. No, there's no way. I just really, you know, when it was apparent to me that okay, players in free agency, gotcha. When it was apparent to me that the Jaguars were, you know, going to be going with a new head coach, new GM, when they fired Dave Caldwell's bitch ass, I was excited. I really was excited, genuinely excited for the future of Jacksonville, because I felt like at this moment, okay, now the ownership has seen enough in Jacksonville, seen enough with Dave Caldwell, with Tom Coughlin, with you know, Doug Marrone, Gus Bradley, yada, yada, yada. They've seen enough now that I would think at this point, I know Khan wants to make a splash. I've known that Khan has wanted to make a splash in hirings ever since he bought the team. He is that kind of guy. He does not mind, to his credit, I will say he does not mind breaking the bank to make a headline, to get some buzz. I know that. But I just thought that they understood the NFL world better than they just showed us. You know, the media and all this shit, they're talking about, oh, it's a great signing, Urban. No. Urban Meyer is not a strategist. Urban Meyer is not a coordinator. He's never been the mind behind the game. So if he's going to have to leave it in the hands of his coordinators while he's the figurehead, so what do you think it's going to play out like? I mean, you're essentially going to have your coordinator on offense and defense setting, you know, creating the strategy and running the plays. And if they sucked before, what makes you think that they're going to be any good now? Raheem Brock, I mean, come on. I mean, Raheem Morris, my bad. Raheem Morris, that defense sucked. Super sucked in Atlanta. You telling me that Jacksonville's got better man-for-man defenders than Atlanta? Atlanta won like 5 games. Atlanta won like 5 games. I don't really get it. I don't understand. Where the fuck did you guys think that this was the right move to make? Hi. Y'all need an O-line coach. Hit me up. Oh, shit. Oh, man. Since y'all just motherfucking hiring anybody, oh shit, I know everything about O-line. If you need an O-line coach and you ain't worried about having one who ain't got no experience as an O-line coach, then hire me, because you don't got no care about having anybody who has an experience in the NFL. That's for damn sure. Shit, Coach Ooch to the rescue. Quality control my fucking ass. I don't print shit for nobody. Shit, I don't even got a printer in my crib. Much less printing up play sheets for somebody else. Not me. No, but just that was my little rant there. I'm probably going to cut these up. I'm going to cut up the rant on Jacksonville, and I'm going to cut up the rant on the Texans as well, for sure. For sure. Ugh, man. I just, it's I like Deshaun Watson, so it hurts me to see that he is getting fucked like this. He is getting bent over the barrel. And I'm a Jaguar. So I take it personal when we make decisions that just seem to defy conventional professional logic. That's where I definitely, I'm not even going to front. I would have taken Jason Garrett over Meyer. I'm just saying. I would have taken Jason Garrett over Urban Meyer. Yes. Yeah, I would have. Not going to lie. So, we'll see how this all plays out. Doug Marrone, I do not know if he knows shit about O-line blocking, because my offensive line coach is the offensive line coach for the Kansas City Chiefs, Andy Heck. Andy Heck was a fucking O-line guru. He is going to be head coach in the NFL soon, I believe, because he understands strategy and football on a level that coordinators and head coaches understand it. And he explained, I've seen him explain different things to coordinators before in regards to why we should block things certain ways. So I really think that he is he's under the radar. I think Kansas City is going to try and keep him under the radar so that nobody gives him a job as a coordinator. Because very soon after being a coordinator, I think he'll become a head coach. So keep that name in your head, Andy Heck. Andy Heck. But all right, guys, that's going to be it for this Lineman Life podcast. Man, I appreciate you guys so much for hanging out and just sitting back and listening to me ramble here. I don't really ever have a script for none of this. I just like to get on and talk football. And I'm glad that I got people here who are willing to sit in and hang out and listen to me. So I really appreciate you guys for being in here today. Wednesday, I will be having the Tier Maker stream, of course. And we will be officially picking our AFC and NFC champions in that live stream. And I'll probably bring I'll have some plays prepared, a couple of plays from each team to break down in front of you guys live from their All-22 film, so we can get a look at a few of the ups and downs from each team in their last playoff game. So make sure you hit that notification bell so that you get notified whenever I jump on here on a live stream. I try to put a tweet out right as I'm going live each and every time. So just look out for those things. But again, appreciate you guys so much for being here with me. Hope everyone has a wonderful evening. Happy Martin Luther King Jr. Day. And I will talk to you guys all on the next one. Peace.